geezers, Big Man Earth Apologist back with another terrific installment of Earth versus the World Slot Plus this weekend tonight. In today's Breaking Truths, watch Kanye West apologise to a rabbi and quote, take accountability for past anti-Semitic remarks. This, I believe, is the third instance of Kanye West seeking forgiveness for being a little bit of an anti-Semite. Who is Kyle? Why do you want to see him so badly? I'm very cynical that this will actually lead to any long-term change in behaviour. I give it till March of next year and he'll be right back on the Hitler train. Oh, Adolf. Oh, I love that guy with his little moustache. And he was doing the rallies. I love that guy. He'll be back to it any minute. He's putting on the gimp mask as we speak. I love Hitler. So, is there some sort of Machiavellian game of chess? Because obviously in Judaism, I'm going to lecture you now, dear viewer, on Judaism. Forgiveness is seen as like a moral obligation on the part of the Jewish person in question, right? They see it as a moral obligation to forgive, and I think they've got some really quirky rule in Judaism where if someone wrongs you and they apologize 3 times, you absolutely have to forgive them on the third time. Otherwise, the sin is transferred to you. Which, that seems like, that should be patched. You know what I mean? That should be nerfed. That seems like really powerful. Like, if I stab you in the heart, and then, I say sorry, I promise to never stab you in the heart again, and I don't stab you in the heart again. And rightfully so, you say, I'm sorry, Big Man Earth Apologist. I used to love your videos, but you stabbed me in the heart. And then I come to you again, maybe a month or two later. Listen, I'm really sorry for stabbing you in the heart that one time. I haven't stabbed you in the heart since. I'm really sorry about it. And then you turn me down again. I've only got to apologise sincerely one more time. And then the stabbery of the heart, it is like your sin. That's on you now, unless you forgive me. So, I mean, does Ye know that? I feel that would be like a really like genius, like 8-dimensional tiddlywink move on his part. I don't feel he's mentally stable enough to think that far ahead. That's like a Big Man Earth apologist play. Because this is, just to remind you, dear viewer, this is the third time he has apologised for being a little bit of a Nazi and then doing Nazi shit again. There was the first instance where he watched 21 Jump Street and, the love, the light, the soul of Jonah Hill converted him to not being an anti-Semite. And then he went right back to being an anti-Semite. And then there was the second, more recent instance. I covered it on this channel. I'm sure you can dig up the video. It was about 6 or 7 months ago, I want to say. He came out again and said, I'm really sorry for being a Nazi, everyone. There is egg on my face. I'm so embarrassed. And then right after, he was dropping like anthems. Oh, Hitler. Hitler's my G. So I'm very cynical that this will actually lead to anything of substance. In the video, he met with this Rabbi Yoshiyahu Yosef Pinto. And they embraced in a hug. It was all very wholesome. Ye actually had a translator on screen because the rabbi, I believe, was only fluent in Hebrew. I give him till March of next year. He'll be back on the Nazi shtick. I long predicted Kanye West's final arc will be ardent defense of paedophilia. He can only go so much higher in this whole polarism shtick. And I feel, yeah, we are looking towards a future where Kanye West will be the guy that defends paedophilia. Because there's only really so far he can go beyond being a Nazi. And I struggle to think of many groups more hated than paedophiles. Comment below, what is a group more hated than paedophiles? Of course, cyclists are somewhere in the ballpark of those that prey on the innocent. But what do you think about that? Do comment below. And as always, if you've got a nasty nicotine habit, you can go to tryfoom.com. Yeah, we got them back, baby. We got them back. This video is sponsored by Thumb. Now, Foom aren't like other vapes for one key reason, dear viewer. They are not a vape, okay? They're not. They're not. Anyone who tells you they're like some sort of vapist, they're wrong. Correct them immediately. They've got lots of lovely flavours. Crushed Asian Lady Beetle, Pecan Crunch. You've got Casablanca. You've got Casablanca Jello Resin Fever. The flavours of this thing. It's basically like a little bit of wood you put in your mouth, and I promise you, it doesn't scare women. Women don't think you're some sort of closeted fruitcake. They love it. It signals to women that you are a man that makes decisions and fucking sticks by them. All right, you want to give up smoking, fine, and they think that's great. They really. They really love seeing men with little gay bits of wood in their mouth. And it's beautiful. It's got lots of lovely vaporous air. It's not a vape. Lots of lovely flavours. Crushed Asian Lady Beetle, Pecan Crunch, Casablanca Jello Resin Fever. You've got Lemon and Wall Socket. That's a classic. Black Boy Alabama Fudge. That's a personal favourite. Dear viewer. Black Boy of Alabama Fudge. Hello, sailor. In other truths, devil looking mega church pasta. We're doing it like a religious special, I guess. This pastor, worth 760 million, says he needs a private jet because God wants him to have one. Yeah, I just saw this on my feed. I thought it was quite humorous. It does make me laugh, though, that these Kenneth Copeland types, these televangelist fucking like absolute ghouls, these vampire people, they must have missed the bit in the Bible. I believe it was the Bible part 2, where Jesus goes absolutely fucking nutter mode, absolutely mental at the merch stands in the temple. Right, they had God Funko Pops, they had God branded sandals. They had a Bethlehem incense, bobbleheads. Honestly, they had like definitely not AI, really rad t-shirts of Noah riding a shark on fire, making love to a woman. He fucking lost it. And every time I go out drinking with him, we can laugh about it now. You know what I mean? At the time, it was really upsetting. But we laugh about it now. It comes up probably half of the times we drink together. Oi, JC, remember that time you went mental flipping tables? We find the humour in it now. But I feel we've forgotten that the one thing that made, well, that and the figs, we don't talk about the figs. This is just like a rule of thumb, dear viewer. If you ever go out drinking with me and big man Jesus Christ, please don't mention the figs. It's a really like sore topic. Okay, he gets like edgy about that. I don't know why. Maybe there's some sort of unpacking that needs to be done there. But like really, the table flipping, okay, it's become a bit of an inside joke these days. But I feel people forget, like, you merchandising off of God, off of faith, is like not good. That's like actually not great and biblical, and it's actually like sacrilegious and worthy of an eternity in the sulfur pit. I don't think these people either know or care about that. And I'm not a Christian. I've always described myself as a Christ curious agnostic. I don't pretend to know. Or I'm not one of these Ricky Gervais hacks who makes their entire shtick something they don't do, something they don't believe. There could be a God. I like to believe God is like an energy. You know what I mean? God divided by 8 billion people. We're all God, man. Like, we're all part of the cosmic wave. That kind of bigotry, yeah? I'm a bit of a fig when it comes to these things. Like, we're all part of the cosmic dance, man. I'm one of those unbearable fucking, you know what I mean, spiritualists. I've got my Bethlehem scented incense candles at the ready, and it's a beautiful occasion. Dream catcher and healing crystals and magic stones and star sign fuckery. No, no, never really identified what my spirituality is. My religion is, of course, capitalism. Hail to the blood god. I do believe in reincarnation. Yeah, I definitely think this isn't the first spin cycle. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I'm old on the inside. You ever get that? Like, I feel like I shouldn't feel this way. I'm too young to feel this way. I feel over the hill. I feel kind of just like tired, like inside. Tired on the inside. The first thing the vicar said on my very first outing was a funeral. It really set the tone for the whole life thing. And the first thing he said when he saw me, I was a little baby. I believe 0 years old, yeah. And he said, "Oh, this one's been here before. This one's an old soul." And I feel that's true. I definitely feel older than I am. And many people in my life have backed that up. Yeah. They think I'm like some old geezer because I'm not sibowing and skibiddying and I'm a firing my lasering all over the place and various other pop culture hilarities. Yeah, no, I don't do any of that. Even when I was of the age to use this just ridiculous slang terminology, I don't. But comment below, what is your spiritual bent? Yeah? What is your belief system? And comment below, what would you want to be reincarnated as and why? We're talking animal, we're talking person, we're talking like time, right? Like any time, past or present, at any person, any country. Like, where are you going? Where are you being like born into? I think that would be great. Reincarnation holidays. I think we should definitely do that. Elon Musk, do that. He's like a trillionaire now. He can do that. He can find a way to make the things that make me happy possible. And he doesn't, and I resent him for that. In other truths, Tyler Oliveira, the madman, has finally fucking done it. If you remember in the previous episode, he was teasing the shit flinging festival expose. He was then not doing the shit flinging festival expose, and then he said psych in the year 2025. Never let him forget that. I'm actually still doing the shit flinging festival expose, and now at last we have the shit flinging festival expose as seen in this very real, not AI generated image on screen. And I mean, he's not the smartest bloke. He's got his mouth wide open. Uh, I'm like, he's holding hands backwards with one of the participants in this festival. He's wearing some sort of like protective, what is that? It's not a hazmat suit. You know what I mean? Protective gear. Mouth wide open. Now, again, I don't have a bachelor's degree. I don't have a PhD or, one of those fancy white coats. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a regular pervert. I would say this though, Having your mouth wide agape in a shit flinging festival where the name of the game is flinging shit, I don't think that's a very smart move, frankly. The fact he's got this protective gear on, I mean, his eyes, lovely and protected, lovely and clean, mouth wide open. So, you know, I mean, it makes sense since this guy is a A-grade fucking shit muncher. But still, you know what I mean? Still, get your head in the game. Get your head out your arse and get your head in the game. We do actually have an Earth Apologist Slot Plus exclusive. We do have a clip from this damning video, really. Modi is hiring a hit on this guy's head as we fucking speak. This man has blown the lid off. Honestly, the shit has hit the fan because it's being flung by the people in the thumbnail. Some of which have 5 fingers on one hand. We do have a video, and I'm going to play the video. Mr. Modi, Mr. Prime Minister, do not come for me. Okay, I'm just reporting on the truth. I am fighting for the truth, and the truth needs to be outed. So, without further ado, this is the video that will bring down India as a country. Frankly, play the clip.
I've never been more excited to throw poop in my whole life.
No way. No way. This is a real thing.
If you throw it out of bounds, you have to clean up the field when it's over.
It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of good people here, and we have a blast.
A cow turd smells like money to us out here.
It's 95-7.
Repeatedly told me to lick my fingers
Stop.
in between
Stop.
throws.
Stop. Stop the clip. Stop it. Stop. I don't know how that got there. That's okay, all right. Well, from one backwards third world nation to another, I suppose. It is a shit flinging contest, so I guess it's valid. In this one, it happens in Beaver, Oklahoma. They actually lick their fingers in between shit flings, so that's good. That is the behaviour of a first world country now, isn't it? See, in this country, we roll cheese down a hill. And that's why we're better than you, dear viewer. Yeah, no, he did this video exposing how backwards India is. And in the last episode, I rushed to the defence of one of our colonial offspring, the Australians. Yeah, good eye. Go away. And other various pop culture classics. What was the other one? They call him Mr. Dutton. I'm just doing like a flashback. Those oldies but goodies. Oh, do you remember last episode, dear viewer? We were so happy. We were so in love. What happened? Where did the love go? Yeah, it seems in this episode I'm going to have to rush to the defence of a different colonial offspring. Because, yeah, sure, a place with 1 billion people in it has a few fucking wackos who throw shit at each other. Guilty as charged. America also has its own bizarre odd centricities revolving around fecal matter and the throwing of. So I wouldn't be so smug.
Told me to lick my fingers in between throws.
Well, you get 2 throws. If you throw it in the men's open, you get 2 throws. And the old secret of throwing, after you throw your first chip, you're supposed to lick your fingers before you throw your second chip.
Frankly, you are supposedly, ostensibly, a first world country, and yet I have never in my lifetime seen America behave as one. In other truths, oh, for fuck's sake. Right, Dum Called, if you're still out there, if you're still with us, mate, this is a Stuttering Craig update, whoever that is. Big man Dum Called once, many moons ago, he wanted me to do some sort of expose on this geezer. If you remember, I did actually end up just reading his synopsis of events, which in my mind is just as valid because, you know what I mean? It might as well have been an Earth Apologist video. This guy's gone a little bit nutty, frankly. This man crunched the numbers on why this, I don't even know what it is, why this Netflix show is woke. If you're having to do the maths, fucking hell. Yeah, see, people are usually fine with racism. This is something like people like to believe they're above. But realistically, casual racism, the playing up of tropes, stereotypes, people love that. People aren't weirded out by that. Like, casual racism is casual for a reason. It's when you start bringing out the little calculator doing boobs upside down. When you bring maths into it, when you start crunching numbers, people get really fucking disturbed because it signals to normal, warm-blooded, usually employed people, fuck me, this boy's got a lot of time on his hands, and fuck me, he really cares about. I don't even know what point he's trying to make. There is an inaccurate amount of black people in this fictional fucking show. It's Netflix, for fuck's sake. Netflix new series, Death by Lightning. It's set in Chicago, 1880. Okay, so it is. Really, you need a fucking hobby, mate, that isn't obsessing over the incorrect amount of diversity in a Netflix show. This is really sad, frankly. He paused the show. He got out his little ZX calculator, and quick as a whippet in heat, he was crunching these fucking numbers. He did research for his racism. I don't get it, frankly. I don't get it. Yeah, wonderful. A Netflix show ticks some boxes. Why do you care this much, right? Most people of like the anti-woke bent, they see that, they roll their eyes, they get on with things. They've got a job, they've got a family, they've got responsibilities. Yeah, it's a little bit ridiculous to see Anne Boleyn played by a black woman, but they don't write War and Peace about it. You know what I mean? This signals to normal people as really fucking strange. This is really bizarre behaviour to anyone that lives above ground in the real world. This is like bizarre. This like scares women. Like, oh my God, this is like he's going to strangle me in my sleep behaviour. He crunched the numbers of a scene in a Netflix show. I can't stress enough how fucking abnormal that is. I feel like I'm losing my mind here because this is all you see on your feed. Just schizophrenics running free, like the mental institutions have been emptied out like a fucking vacuum bag. Like the mentalists and the wackos and the lunatics live among us, dear viewer. And they are writing posts like this, crunching the numbers. This guy's mentally ill. Really, there is a certain level of care. Not this much, though. Never this much. Netflix made a scene that's about as statistically likely as spotting a UFO on your morning commute, or you being found attractive by a woman, by the looks of it. But hey, at least the diversity box got checked. And again, what you're failing to realise, you've given this show free advertising. I didn't know what Death by Lightning was. I now do because you're moaning about it. Well done, I guess. I feel there's a conversation about polarism that's not being spoken to, right? Because when people do the woke shit in the television, which is usually like a cutesy euphemism for brown people in my kids' show, that's what it is. 90% of the time, woke is a code word for there are brown people in the children's kids show, and it makes me uncomfortable. That's what they want to say, if they were honest, if they had a spine, if they had some fucking stones. But I feel there's a conversation to be had that the amount of free publicity people like Stuttering Craig, that's his real like screen name, by the way, he goes online with that screen name, are giving these Netflix shows or movies or whatever else. You are doing more to advertise them than anyone that likes the show. Now, I don't know what Death by Lightning is about. It's set in Chicago in 1880. Something tells me it's not a documentary. Now, is it? I will do my research. Hang on. Death by Lightning. Because I didn't know what this was. It's a drama mini-series. Okay. All of the screenshots I'm seeing here have white people. I'm not seeing any black people. I'm not seeing any paraplegics. I'm not seeing any little trans dwarves. Let's go to images. It's exclusively white people from what I'm seeing. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. All of the cast seem to be like normal, like white people, white fellas. Netflix historical drama Death by Lightning, branded woke, and the source is the Daily Mail, so we can click off of that, methinks. But yeah, he's just parroting a Daily Mail article by the looks of it. You did the maths. I can't get over that. The level of virginity required to crunch the numbers on, I think this is like a transitionary scene, right? What's the term? There's like a term in like TV for it. This is a scene in between scenes. This is a scene marrying two scenes together. You did the maths about two black people, someone with crutches, and some women. Fuck me, mate. That's dire. That really is dire. Please, I don't care if you have to pay for it at this point. Get yourself some pussy. In other truths, Ice Poseidon, he's a popular streaming guy. He's like Pogmeister. He's one of these fucking miscreants on the internet. He's a glorified children's entertainer, as I understand it. Kicked off Royal Caribbean cruise, accused of hunting for swingers. Group of internet streamers removed from vessel mid-journey, I'd hope, after being a nuisance to other passengers. That's from Harry Cockburn. What do you think about that? I do think we should bring back the plank, frankly. Right, if someone's causing a mischief, you just make them walk the plank. I think the world would be a better place if we brought back like antiquated forms of execution and or torture, right? The Iron Maiden. You are telling me with a straight face we shouldn't Iron Maiden paedophiles? I think you're weak. I think you're weak. Okay. In other troves, oh yeah, okay. In today's instalment of Algorithmically Challenged, this was my Spotify feed. This was great. I thought this was wonderful. Whatever AGI is behind this, whatever sort of supercomputer algorithm is behind this, I'm not too worried about the computers taking over. I mean, that's one hell of a selection, isn't it? I don't know where to start. Which one do I go with first, frankly? Scrolling a bit further down, this is what met me. Yeah. Assisted Dying Explored, and it's hosted by a man in a frog suit greening up. I think that's great fun. I think that's awesome. Really though, people are worried about like AI taking over. I'm personally not too worried. This is what my Spotify feed thinks I want out of life. Assisted dying, I think I really do think they're trying to tell me something now. And in other troves, this was on my YouTube feed, Big Black Dog. So yeah, that just smacked me across the face on my feed. I found one in the wild, dear viewer. I've been covering, sexually explicit advertising on this platform for at least a year now. I started last year. And forgive me for seeing that and assuming it was something else, because, I mean, frankly, that I've seen the shit they're willing to advertise. It would not surprise me. Within a year, that's all I'm going to say. And I did have to do my research. I did have to click on this just to make sure I wasn't seeing what I was seeing. I wasn't. It is a dog's tail. I would just like to ask the question, who thought that was a good screenshot? Who realistically thought, yeah, this will get people using our app? Your daily joy app. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sure that thing brings all the joy in the world. In other truths, oh, right, yeah, yeah. Finally, closing today's breaking truths. Starmer allies issue warning to PM's rivals as fear grows over. I feel punch drunk in this one. Leadership challenge. Number 10 said to be in full bunker mode over fears of attempt to oust him after budget. Or May local elections. So what do you think about that? I did actually wake up this morning, unfortunately, to a really ominous email from David Lammy Real at outlook.com. He was, I mean, again, I'm not gonna read it out here for privacy concerns, but yeah, he more or less accused me of being, quote, thick as pig shit, and this is another quote, a bit of a plonker. So that's unfortunate language from the Deputy Prime Minister. I'd expect more from him, frankly. But just, Starmer, mate, if you're listening, I am no immediate threat to your premiership. I've got far too much to live, laugh and learn about myself, about others, about life, before I even think of throwing my hat into the topsy-turvy world of British politics. So fear ye not, Sir Keir, I am no threat to you immediately, although it should be stated, if and when I do place my bid for leader of the Labour Party, I will win. Okay, I will win, and I will drag the party, screaming and squealing like a scared little piglet, back to the left where it fucking belongs. Okay, we're going to do some real hard social...